Bethesda Softworks released a video on the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition showing off some of the things that we can expect to be in this game that sets it apart from literally every other release of Skyrim ever. And as much as I know it's yet another unnecessary re-release of a game that's now 10 years old almost, I've got to say this new content, if you can call it that, it's Creation Club content that's been about before, but in a bundle I suppose, it looks pretty decent, is my point. That sort of mild point will invoke two different kinds of reactions from people, I'm well aware. On the one side, you've got the people who love Skyrim to the point that they will buy it 600 times over if they could, which means they'd probably agree. And then you have the side that just wants Bethesda to stop re-releasing Skyrim, which I also understand. But that discussion aside, and believe me, it's a valid discussion for another day, let's talk about the content that's going to be in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition, starting with some free things that are going to be added to Skyrim Special Edition, which is a nice surprise, I suppose. I presume it's there to make this seem like it's not a soulless grab at the consumer's money, which I'm sure there is an element of, as it's more likely designed to inspire FOMO, but that's besides the point for today. So, Bethesda is giving away 4 Creation Club creations to owners of Skyrim Special Edition, those being Saints and Seducers, Rare Curios, Survival Mode, and Fishing. Saints and Seducers being a creation that originally released in 2019 that introduces a new story across a couple of quests, with additional armor sets, weapons, enemies, and much more to discover. And apparently it's some of the largest amounts of content that's ever been packed into a single creation. I don't know what that means because I've only ever paid the Creation Club about 3 seconds of notice before the Anniversary Edition was even announced. I'm going to be honest, it just didn't seem worthwhile to pay for mods, but hey, maybe in a bundle like the Anniversary Edition it may be worth considering, but I suppose that's for every individual to weigh up, including myself. Rare Curios is included as a part of Saints and Seducers that brings additional goods imported from all over Tamriel to Skyrim's Khajiit caravans. So apparently this creation includes new ingredients to concoct new potions, arrows and poisons, which I presume would open up new avenues to playing the game, if only by a little bit. Now if this is a part of the Saints and Seducers bundle, then I don't understand why it's being considered a second creation that's been added. Maybe it's below, I don't know. Next up is Survival Mode, which many players will be familiar with because plenty have a mod that introduces this as is. For those who don't know, it does what it says on the tin. It adds survival elements to the game, meaning you have to stay warm, you have to stay fed, you have to stay in shelter, otherwise you could die, amongst experiencing other negative effects that you really don't want. I know for those seeking immersion, this adds tons to the game. However, I'm pretty sure you could probably find a better alternative mod online for free anyway. And finally, the 4th creation that's being added to Skyrim Special Edition is of course going to be the most important one of them all. Fishing. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why fishing? And yeah, why fishing? Of all the things that are missing from Skyrim, or at least Space Skyrim, this isn't necessarily one that occurred to me. But I suppose for the simple purpose of relaxing, fair enough. Immersion is key. It may play into the survival. And there's a little bit more depth to it than just catching fish, as you can build your own aquarium, display your trophies in your player home, or you can cook these fish as meals. And according to the video that was posted a couple of days ago, there will also be a couple of fishing related quests. I'm not sure how riveting they'll be able to make those in the grand scheme of things, but I suppose depth is depth, and I suppose it's just another layer to the game, and you know what, fair enough. And so those are the creations that are coming free to Skyrim Special Edition. As for Skyrim Anniversary Edition, it seems as if every single creation that has been released thus far on the Creation Club is going to be a part of this game, or should I say this re-release, because let's be honest, and this will also include the 4 creations that are coming free to Skyrim Special Edition. There'll also be new creations added for the Anniversary Edition, and for players who don't want to buy it, they can buy those separately on the Creation Club after the Anniversary Edition releases. And these new creations will apparently include new ways to play and new quests tapping into Tamriel's history, such as Ghosts of the Tribunal, which will allow players to earn over a dozen new pieces of gear previously featured in the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind, and The Cause, which will have players encounter the Mythic Dawn, who are seeking to open a new Oblivion Gate, featuring brand new enemies, locations and weapons, and a Daedric horse. Okay, maybe that's a bit over the top. but fair. And apparently this is only some of the new content that's going to be releasing in November to mark the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim. Also, apparently in November they're going to be adjusting the Creation Club quests so that they don't activate on startup, but instead can be found organically through the world, which stops you from being overwhelmed straight out of the gate, which I respect. And so instead of being jarring because they're effectively mod quests, so they're not supposed to fit, they're fitted a bit more flush. And on top of that, at some point there will be next generation optimizations coming for players on the Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. A Skyrim Very Special Anniversary Edition Plus, anyone? I know what you're thinking. Through all that information, the one thing that they failed to mention, and we're less than 2 weeks away from when this Anniversary Edition launches, is what is the price gonna be? You can try to convince us that this is worth our money as much as you want, but if you don't tell us how much money you're asking for it, how can we effectively weigh that up? Will it be cheaper than buying each Creation Club creation individually? Probably, otherwise what's the point? Will it be a good enough value for us to buy a 5-year-old remaster for a 10-year-old game again, with a bypass for paid mods on top, when Skyrim modding is literally the biggest modding scene going, more or less? I can't find anything concrete on the price anyway, but I think we can all agree that full AAA price for Skyrim again is just not going to be happening, or at least it shouldn't. I think $30 or $40 would probably be reasonable for those who cannot be bothered to manually mod the game, but that's $40 at a push. I mean, any more and it's just a bit ridiculous. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments section. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. The Skyrim Anniversary Edition looks like Skyrim released again, and then released again, with some mods and bits and pieces that are being officially released with it. Because that's exactly what it is. We still don't know how much we'd be paying for this. And so while these creations, old and new sound and where shown look decent, I don't think this Skyrim Anniversary Edition necessarily has as many selling points as Bethesda might want us to think. And it's even harder to see if it stacks up well enough when you don't even know the cost of it. That being said, I'm tempted for the sake of talking about it, and it is still Skyrim, which is a game I really did love. And I'm curious to see what's been on this Creation Club all this time, and it could be a cheaper option, or at least it should be, otherwise I'd fail to see the point. I assume we'll find out more before the 11th of November, otherwise I will just be left wondering what the fuck has Bethesda been smoking, at least when it comes to giving us a price tag anyway. But no, like I said, let me know what you think down in the comments section. However, this is the end of this video, so thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be super fantastic. And of course, if this does prove to be worth the time and money, maybe we'll give this a stream series over on Twitch as well, which would be super fun. Thank you, monkey. Where'd Nan go? Oh, hello, Nan. It's good to see you. I guess. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point. But until next time, take care and goodbye.